Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about mangas and sometimes books. As for today's video, I have the reading log for the month of July, and as you can see, I did not manage to read a lot in July, mainly manga because I did read a lot of books, but even though it's a total of 3 volumes that I read, I still had a lot of fun reading them. So now, without any more further ado, let's get started. And we are going to start off with the second volume of Yonoi Tsukishiko's Happy Hell. This is by Hina Sakurada. This is the front cover, the back, and the inside. So I talked about this the first volume last month because that's when I read the first volume, and this is a new release of July, I think. So if you don't know what this manga is about, we follow Yonoi and Mikan, who, let me show you who Mikan is. Mikan, the art is really pretty, and obviously this is Yonoi. So Yonoi and Mikan are the grandson and the granddaughter of really rich grandpas. So Mikan's grandpa is the owner of a farm and a orange farm that are known as Mikan's. That's where she got her name. And Yonoi's grandfather is the owner of like frozen food and like prepackaged food. I did not explain that well, but all you have to know is that they both come from rich backgrounds and like rich families, and that's how they meet, because both grandpas are friends and they decided to do an arranged marriage for both of their granddaughter and grandson, and that's how they first meet. The thing is, Mikan doesn't want to marry anyone because she's in love with another guy, and Yonoi is not interested, mainly because he feels like he doesn't need love at the moment. His main focus is to become the CEO of the company, and obviously their personalities are completely different. Mikan is a joyful, like happy-go-lucky type of character, and Yonoi is very grumpy, so they always tend to clash, and also their ideologies of what they both need at the moment are completely different. Mikan wants to find her true love, while Yonoi, like I said, is mostly interested in becoming the CEO of the company. And yeah, like they clash, they bicker, and they fight, but they do tend to have a common ground, and that is that they both don't want to enter into a arranged marriage. But there is a moment where Mikan gets sent to another guy, where that guy, it's a whole misunderstanding where they think Mikan is going to get married to this other guy, and Yonoi comes in to save the day. And slowly but surely you see how Yonoi goes from absolutely not wanting to have anything to do with Mikan to slowly but surely getting used to her personality and getting used to having her next to him. I will say that this manga has 2 characters that I would usually not like to read about. So like I said, Mikan, she's like really happy-go-lucky, and sometimes in other like shoujos or joseis, sometimes when the female characters are like that, I tend to find them really annoying, but for some reason Mikan makes it work. I just like her. I think she's really funny. As for Yonoi, when a guy tends to treat the romantic interest in the way Yonoi treats Mikan, I also hate them. But again, for some reason, I cannot hate Yonoi. I think he's really funny because he tends to be really clueless. I feel like he has never been in a relationship, so he doesn't know how to behave around Mikan, and he's always trying to figure out how to interact with her without actually hurting her feelings, which I think is really fun. And yeah, I think this is a solid josei read. It's at the moment it's fun. It's just the beginning of the series, so you are slowly but surely trying to understand where both characters stand. And I really enjoyed this second volume. Again, it's a really fun josei romance. And yeah, if you want to read something that's like arranged marriage type of thing, I recommend this one. Let's move on to the next one. So the other two volumes that I read are both BL. So let's start off with the first one that I have here, and that is Megumi and Tsugumi. This is the 5th volume, and here is the back and the inside. And if you don't know what Megumi Tsugumi is about, this is an Omega verse. If you don't know what an Omega verse is, please do your own research. I don't think I can explain what an Omega verse is without laughing. And yeah, just do your own research. This is Megumi and this is Tsugumi, and Megumi is the alpha in the relationship and Tsugumi is the Omega. Now, they are not your typical alpha and omega characters, because Tsugumi is someone who likes to fight, and he's always fighting with alphas, especially those alphas that look down on omegas, that think that our omegas are there only for their own benefit. And Megumi hates those types of alphas, mainly because his dad is one of them, where they think the alphas were the thing that omegas are only useful for one thing. And in this volume, we continue to follow their story. And if you have not read Megumi Tsugumi and you don't want to get spoiled, please skip this part, because I'm about to spoil some stuff. So skip this part if you don't want to be spoiled. So in this 5th volume, like I said, we continue to follow Megumi and Tsugumi, and this time we are finally going to see Megumi take that step further into getting to get the approval of his father, so that him and Megumi can become mates once they graduate. Obviously, that doesn't go as planned, because when he arrives at the meeting that he's supposed to have with his father has another alpha and his father, the other alpha's father, to have an arranged marriage. And this other alpha was also part of the series, so we get to meet him in the 3rd volume. And this guy knows Tsugumi, and so he sends a message to Tsugumi, and then Tsugumi arrives and he's ready to cause a scandal. After that, the Megumi's father agrees to have a meeting with Tsugumi's parents, but everything doesn't go as planned as well. And that's where there's a bit of a talk of what does Tsugumi have to do so that the father approves of their relationship. And this is so funny, but the thing Tsugumi has to do is basically be part of the elite group. So basically what the father says to Tsugumi is that he needs to join a private academy, just like the academy Megumi goes to. So in the heat of the moment, Tsugumi is like, so all I have to do is join what's it called, Kokonoi Academy, and the father is like, sure. And that's the plan. And through this volume, we see Tsugumi getting ready to enter this academy. And it's so funny when like he gets the approval of the academy to be part of the academy. It's so funny because his parents didn't believe that he could make it, and also Megumi didn't believe that he could make it, and the fact that he proved everyone wrong, it was so funny to me. And yeah, I really enjoyed this 5th volume, and I cannot wait to get to the part where Now Megumi and Togumi are in the same school, and yeah, I 100% recommend Megumi Togumi. This is a fun BL Omegaverse, and I will say though that it does have a lot of explicit content, so if you don't like to read that, maybe skip this. And let's move on to the last volume of today's video. Okay, the last volume I have here is Terano-kun and Kumasaki-kun. This is by Yoriko, and this is a one-shot story. And here is the cover, and let me show you this. This has a book sleeve, and this is the inside. And can we appreciate the art? Okay, so in this one we follow, I'm going to leave it here because it does have a lot of explicit content and I don't want to show you guys anything inappropriate. So in this manga, like I said, this is a one shot, so I'm going to try to keep it without any spoils. But we follow Terano-kun, which is this guy, and this is Kumasaki-kun. So they are both high school students. They are in their last year, and Kumasaki-kun has the reputation of being the bad guy. Also, this cover, I really like that cover. And Kumasaki-kun, like I said, has the reputation of being a bad guy, the delinquent, one might call him. But he's a really soft guy. He's a really softy. He's just really intimidating to like go up to him and all of that. But everything changes when a teacher asks Terano-kun to like ask Kumasaki-kun to attend class to return a paper, and that's how they first meet. They start to interact. The thing is, what's his name? I get confused. Terano-kun, yeah, so when Terano-kun goes up to Kumasaki-kun to tell him all of this, he's talking to him, but Terano-kun is completely ignoring him, and that's something that Terano-kun cannot handle. So from then on, Terano-kun goes up to Kumasaki-kun to talk to him and to essentially bother him, and that's how they first start to interact. And after that, there comes a friendship where Terano-kun is the first one that falls head over heels for Kumasaki-kun. And that's how everything starts. And that's how you see them go from being friends to boyfriends. And everything that happens after that is so funny. Like I said, it's like a day-to-day type of thing with Terano-kun and Kumasaki-kun, and also the fact that they're hiding their relationship because Terano-kun is the president, the class president, and he obviously cannot be dating the delinquent of this school. And yeah, like I said, it's a one shot. There's not much to, as like plot wise, it doesn't have a lot. It's just more of a slice of life type of BL. But I did enjoy this one. This actually has become one of my favorites of this year. I really enjoyed stories that have like a delinquent class president type of stories, and this one hit every mark that I like. And that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing, and let me know down in the comments below what mangas did you read this month. Well, not this month, last month. And with that being said, thank you all. I will see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.